Hey guys, Nintendrew here. In this video, I'll be reviewing TumbleSeed for Nintendo Switch. TumbleSeed is a 2D physics roguelike game, and as far as I can tell, sort of a first of its kind. The game is available on the Nintendo eShop for $15. It has a very interesting core mechanic. You play as the TumbleSeed and must avoid enemies, obstacles, and holes on your way up a towering mountain by lifting each side of the vine beneath you with either analog stick. Interestingly enough, this core mechanic is based on an old arcade machine called Cold Beer, which had players lift a metal marble with a horizontal rod while avoiding bubbles in the form of holes on the playfield. The graphics are simple but beautiful. The game is made by the same developer as Threes, so you might be able to see some similarities there. The sound is very echoey, which fits with the grandiose atmospheres of each biome as you ascend the mountain. I think that the sound design is very good. The HD rumble, I did have an issue with the strength of the HD rumble. When I played in handheld mode, it was very strong and was rattling my system to the point that it sounded like something was broken. However, I did quickly find that there is a setting within TumbleSeed that allows you to change the strength of the HD rumble, so that was fixed. And the way the devs have chosen to shake up the physics gameplay is with a sort of power-up system. You start with 4 at the beginning of the game. There's the Flag Seed, which lets you place your own checkpoints. The Thorn Seed, which lets you generate offensive or defensive thorns. The Crystal Seed, which lets you regenerate crystals. And the Heart Seed, which lets you generate hearts. Each power-up requires a set number of crystals to use, except of course for the Crystal Seed power-up, which generates crystals itself. In order to use a power-up, you must plant these crystals at one of the small dirt mounds which are peppered throughout the levels. You'll find additional power-ups throughout the game that can affect the battlefield in different ways, such as filling all the holes on the screen with water or providing a temporary sentry. The best comparison I can draw in reviewing this game is to The Binding of Isaac, which is a roguelike that I've spent quite a bit of time with. And in comparison with that game, sometimes I found myself wondering why the levels in TumbleSeed were randomly generated, because it felt a little bit one note. You know, there's holes, there's little vines that stop your movement, and there are enemies. And because the game is fairly linear, you just go straight up, I couldn't really pick up on the variation in the levels, so it did kind of make me wonder why that was necessary or why that added to the gameplay, but regardless, that's kind of a minor gripe. For what I saw, there were not a ton of power-ups in comparison to The Binding of Isaac. You know, Isaac is kind of based around having hundreds of items that synergize together and create crazy combos. In TumbleSeed, it didn't seem like there were quite as many, but the power-ups I did find were engaging. And at first glance, the game may look perfect for motion controls, but unfortunately that is not provided as an option, so we will never know. Bit of a missed opportunity, I think, but you know, I can understand that that might have been prohibitively difficult to implement, or might have changed the core gameplay. I will say TumbleSeed is a very difficult game. I mean, this game is hardcore. In the time I played, I was rarely able to finish the second biome and never the third. If you fall into a hole, you lose all progress since your last checkpoint, and if you're not careful, this can be absolutely devastating. Taking damage or falling in a hole will also remove all thorns you've accumulated and will drop your health by 1 full heart. And TumbleSeed doesn't consider partial hearts when determining your fate. If you don't have at least 1 full heart after taking a blow, it's game over. And of course, because it's a roguelike, that means starting over from the very beginning. I found the game to be a little bit too difficult for my own preference, but I'm sure that can be, and indeed is, a positive for many advanced players. And despite its difficulty, the game is very charming and can be very engaging, so with all this considered, I give TumbleSeed a 7.5 out of 10. Okay guys, that's about it for TumbleSeed. If you enjoyed this review, please consider subscribing to Nintendrew for all sorts of cool gaming content, and share the video with any friends who might find it interesting. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye! Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, here are a couple more videos you might like as well. I also want to let you know I've launched a Patreon page. If you enjoy my content and would like to get early access to my videos, as well as some other exclusive rewards, feel free to head over there and check it out. See you next time!